Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Swordflight. Alright, to the temple so we can question a man who's definitely worked for an illegal organization in a semi-important role, and as such is probably somewhat dangerous. So a stranger enters my home. If you've come to kill me, you will find me well prepared for battle. If you're a thief, I must warn you, you wander my residence at your peril. I've prepared defenses against such as you. Here to determine the fate of Aladar Hassin. I spoke to him. Why do you wish to know? What's become of him? He's disappeared. He visited me earlier. I feared something of the sort might happen. When I told him what he wanted to know, spoke against my better judgment, but he was more persistent in his demands. Rather foolish of him to accost me so, if I were truly an agent of the rune that he supposed me to be, so you're not. Your reasons are doubtless good enough, for I was once an agent of the rune, but I am no longer. When I first went to work for them, I did not know who my employer were, but I eventually learned. And then, let's just say that though I have not been the most scrupulous of men, working for the monsters found in that organization came too much for someone like me. So I must be so wary. Some of them might worry I know too much, be happy to see me dead. It's also why I live near a temple. Holy ground would be most uncomfortable for any undead. What'd you tell him? Since what I told him seems to have led to Hassan's disappearance, I wonder if I should share it with anyone else. It should be obvious I'm better able to handle myself. Suppose that's true. In any case, I've always believed men are responsible for their own actions, even if another points the way, one still chooses to walk down it. I'm not your keeper any more than I was Hassan, so be it. I'll tell you what I know. I know one member of the Twisted Rune, I can tell you where to find him. Taro's gone, pretends to be a wizard of moderate power. He can, and does walk down the streets of Kalanport appearing perfectly human, attracting no particular notice. This is a result of his mastery of illusions. He is a lich and an archmage. He had frequent dealings with me when I was an agent of the rune, and eventually grew weary of always maintaining his disguise. Thus his true nature was revealed to me. He now lives in a small tower in the Scholar's Corner. This is doubtly where Hassan went. Yeah, I'm not going to kill him. A lot of the killing innocent enough people, rather indiscriminately. Well, not indiscriminately, actually. That's the wrong way to put it. Killing people you don't have any reason to kill, except for wealth or base power and things like that, like getting someone's equipment or money. I think that's a neutral evil thing, because if I remember right, I tried to have my chaotic evil guy attack him for that, and it subtracted chaotic points and moved me neutral, which was odd to me. Alright, so Scholar's Corner. Let's hope I'm prepared to deal with the lich. I'm searching for Hassan, who has disappeared, and he's come here. No one of that name has come here. Yes, he has. You're not a very good liar. Perhaps it would be best for her to speak to your employer. Master gone is away. Then I'm going to have a look around. I'm afraid I must insist on this. You plan to resort to violence, bring a private home. What kind of thug are you? I'm afraid I cannot permit you to enter. Oh, I've earned the title of the Reconciler. I finally hit neutral again. I'm afraid I cannot permit you to enter. Whatever reasons you think you have, you're not getting in without my key. That's all I need to know. Hand it over, face the consequences. He'd be most displeased to learn I've been letting strangers wander about the place doing who knows what. I'm afraid I must remain on this point. I'll have to take it by force, and I'll find that it's easy to do as you suppose. He's left me prepared to deal with such threats by giving me this scroll. I will summon a fiend from the pits of hell to destroy you. That is a chicken. Seems I have few options at this point. Here's the key that gives access to the house. Oh, I can't talk to the chicken. Sad day. Alright. A down and an up. Let's check up first. There's only so much up to a place like this. Since this is his house, most people, pretty much no one actually, who would know who he actually is, would be allowed up here. Which means any real defenses could be found here. By defenses, I mean monsters. Well, nothing up here, though. I think this is as far up as it goes. No, he really does keep quite a modest abode up here. That potion of speed is probably the most powerful thing I've found in here. A couple of basic reagents. Well, actually, getting Ettercap, Silkical Hands in this, and Swordflight is not as easy as you would think. Ettercaps are kind of gnarly. But then again, what isn't? Swordflight kind of reminds me of Swordco Stratagems. It just sort of keeps things mostly true to the lore of what they are. And you realize how much more dangerous everything would be if it could actually do what it should be able to. But they're also fun because they mostly let you do the same thing. Although, oftentimes, you already could. My rat friend. Unaccustomed being addressed. If you've seen Eladar Hassan, recalls someone who might have been Hassan taken through the nearby door leading down by some other creature. Rat is not sure what the other creature was, but found it disturbing. Yeah, I can't go any deeper here. Stone you found earlier opens the door. Awesome. Actually, you know, since I'm in here, I should at least put up this. I still haven't tried my charm thingy, have I? Door's been magically warded. Applying a particular elemental damage to it by means of a spell would open it, but you're not certain what. Because of my terrible spellcraft, of course. I need to play just an actual wizard or sorcerer or something at some point. That way I can actually interact with all the spellcraft stuff effectively. Also warded. Can't get anything off of that one. Purely mechanical. Not getting through any of these. Well, this is not ideal. Because that thing could, yeah, just insta-kill me if it wanted to. As could he, probably. Master of illusions. But, yeah, I mean, archmages, they're going to have more power than just illusions, so. Seems you have another intruder to trouble us. This only proves your folly, Taros. How so? We can kill him and be troubled no further. Be as easy as stepping on an ant. Again, you reveal your failure to understand what I was trying to get across to you, and I objected to you kidnapping Hassan. An author announces plans to publish a book exposing secrets of the Twisted Rune, sets out to do some research, mysteriously disappears or turns up dead, or as a zombie, or whatever you plan to have happen. What's everyone going to think? That there are indeed interesting secrets to be found, or there would be no need to kill someone over them? And some of the more adventurous among them who are going to follow in his footsteps. What more proof of this do you require than this barbarian? As I said, so what? When I'm done with this adventure, no one will be able to conclude that he was even half-orc. But then what? Do you think no one will notice or care when he goes missing? Especially after Hassan, most likely a band of even more powerful would-be heroes follow in his footsteps. We could destroy them as well, but it might take some modest effort. They would not be the last. Soon word would get out that mysterious regions beneath Kalimport are a death trap for adventurers, and since they're always crazy, it would only encourage more of them to pester them. Dark Kalimport would become another Undermountain. Adventurers love to foil plots by people like us. Reading the plans of those wiser and stronger is the only way they can justify their ridiculous existences. If Kalimport were as bursting with them as Waterdeep is, they would cause us no end of trouble. No, they could not actually defeat anyone wielding the degree of power we command, but they could make more work for us. This may be very well as a guide to the future. What are we to do about Hassan and this one they learned too much? Learned hardly anything, and even if it were not so, we should not worry about it. Let me explain to you something about maintaining secrecy. Leaving a trail of bodies everywhere you go is not how you go about it. Very counterproductive, that. as I explained. On the other hand, if you just let would-be investigators publish their shocking revelations, just ignore them, their veracity will be doubted. Why would we not have killed them or done something if they're indeed such great secrets? In the absence of the publicity created by something really shocking, such as a corpse, not that many people will even pay any particular attention to them, never mind believe them. Let's say he goes free, writes up his little book, or whatever he's going to do, where he recounts being kidnapped by a lich and dumped in a subterranean dungeon, only to be freed after some random adventurer burst in. Not because he was able to rescue him, but served to prove a point being argued by a Draco Lich who wanted him released. Do I really need to continue? How many are going to take that seriously? Suppose I'll let him live. Shouldn't I kill the half-orc? Adventurers die all the time and are less likely to be missed. I'm sure he's been looting my house above. Consider it your own punishment for being so careless. It is that, if I may remind you, which created the problem in the first place. Just let them both go. I shall release Hassan's magical restraints and forget about them. If that's settled, I have other business I need to attend to. Well, that kind of worked out. Most fortunate, who are you? How are you here? You're Aladir. Your wife hired me. When Taros dumped me down here after I learned his true identity and confronted him, I was on the verge of despair, while he taunted me with his plans to turn me into an undead servant. Only the hope that someone like you might follow the trail ablaze sustained me. Glad to see such hopes were not in vain. Why were you so reckless to confront a lich in the first place? At the time, I thought I had sufficient resources at hand to deal with the dangers. I had a few potions of invisibility. I imagined I could always vanish and escape if things got out of hand. The Lich had an item granting him true seeing, among other forms of powerful magic. Paltry devices were laughably inadequate. Yeah, I guess we can leave now, so it would appear. Bit of a depressing end of my endeavors, since I fear the Draco Lich was quite correct about how few people will heed my warnings. Lies are so often preferred to truth. Still, we do what we can. I'll return to my home in the Merchant District. Alright. Let's go to the market. That's the Hassan home. I can go collect my payment and wrap up this business. I haven't actually cast any spells to you, right? No.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's what I said. What, that's all you've got for me? No, it's not worth it. I wouldn't pay ever silver for that.
I just noticed I can try that. Can I use that on hostile animals? Husband's returned. I've done your job. You have done your job. Well, here's the money. Alright, to the slums. This can't be good. What do you think you're doing here? This territory belongs to us, the Kalimport Titans. We're the only ones who get to walk around carrying weapons. You should turn around and leave and give us all your gold. Why don't you get out of my way? You want to do things the hard way? Oh, goodness. He killed it, and then critical cleaved on me. Okay, if I can kill this guy... Ow. Yeah, that was because there was a crit and a couple of absurdly high damage hits. Come back here. Kill the big one. Then my hope is that I can attempt to then charm him and see if I can, man, how is he hitting every swing? +9. I guess he doesn't have... Well, he's got to roll a 14 or better. Okay. So let's see. If I charm you, what happens? Huh. So it does work. I can use that to definitely mess with someone. Now I just need to test it on a shopkeeper at some point and see if it actually does affect prices. Don't believe there's anything to grab in any houses around here. Also, next time I level up, I'm definitely changing my panther into a wolf. It'll be infinitely more effective. If I'm fortunate, the panther gets a single swing in and then is dead. In fairness, I've not been leveling Druid very much. And most of these people aren't going to have much to do. They are, after all, the people living in the slums, so why would they have money to hire people to do jobs? The ones that do have jobs don't have much, if any, money. I suppose if you want to go find some good oaken planks for me, you could. Yeah, you don't get any reward except 75 experience. And that's why I've been carrying oak planks with me for ages. Poverty Relief Office. I've noticed a lot of poor people around. No one seems to be relieving poverty. Hope you don't mind if I take a little look around. Oh, that'll leave it. What in the world? Why is that? That's weird. It's not worth wasting anything on, of course, because I don't even know what it is, but that's definitely odd. Oh! Hey! I think there's a bounty on you. Man, that would hurt for, you know, half a second, and then you'd be dead. That looks like a +2 Warhammer. Surprised no one told me that guy was there, but I'm assuming they were either threatened into saying nothing, or they figured he was probably just another pauper that was living in the house. It looks like they were sharing a building there anyway. What happened when all these buildings burned? That would be the Titan Gang. This is where a lot of people connected to the Temple of Ilmater live. The gang's taken a dislike to the Temple. They came through and burnt a lot of our homes. They need to be stopped. You get no disagreement from me. Talk to the priest in the temple if you want to learn more. Tale as old as time. Group of thugs. Preying on poor people. Don't mind if I do. Cabinet of medical supplies. Is it stealing if I grab something out of this? It is. I have no desire to be a thief, or be known as one. I'm here on behalf of Hamad. Here's the contribution. That'll be most helpful. You must be the barbarian. Hamad told me to expect you. He has always been a generous supporter of our work. I don't know what we would do without him. Attending to the needs of the poor is hard enough. It's worse now with all the trouble. Isn't the watch going to do anything? I don't know if it's because no one here is rich enough to bribe them to do their jobs, or if they've just given up as a hopeless cause, but you're not likely to see any watchmen around here or much of anyone else involved with the government. There's even supposed to be a government-run poverty relief office here that some nobles arranged to set up a few years ago. You'd think they could call a watchman if anyone could, but though this office is supposed to do charity work, much as we do, as far as anyone can tell, it never actually does. They lock themselves in the nice, luxurious building they set up that you might have seen on your way here, doing who knows what, inefficient and corrupt, I suppose, like most everything else in the city. I'm supposed to put myself at your disposal. Very kind of you to offer your services. There's always been a criminal element around here. Things have gotten worse. The so-called Titan Gang seems to have decided we need to be driven out of their territory for some reason. I don't know why our presence has suddenly become a problem, but they've taken to threatening or beating up people going to or from the temple, vandalizing our property, and so on. Not long ago, they set fire to many of the surrounding houses. Many of our worshippers had homes here. Some died in the blaze. Even more were left homeless. Fear they have worse planned for the future. It doesn't sound like they're the type to listen to reasons. Don't expect they will. Normally, we follow to Ilmater bear insults and offenses with patience and forbearance. We do not fear. Indeed, we rejoice to suffer ourselves, and yet would never lightly inflict suffering on anyone else, even an enemy. Such are the commands of our God, yet sometimes not resisting evil can cause so much suffering itself that we must make an exception. I must warn you, even though I think forceful measures justifiable, they have already been attempted with less than satisfactory results. Most followers of Ilmater strive to avoid violence. That is, as I have said, not always possible, so like other temples, we maintain an order of paladins, holy warriors, to fight on behalf of the weak and suffering. We were in a position to call on one, Kilem Ishadin, who believed he could end the threat these Titan thugs pose. We have not heard from him since he was set out on his mission. Seems his foes proved more dangerous than he anticipated. Beaten heavy odds before, so we'll strive to avoid overconfidence. To sum up, here's what I want you to do. First, go over to the Titan Gang and deal with them by whatever means necessary. You'll find their hideout southeast of here. Be prepared for a fight. Secondly, keep an eye out for Kilem. While I fear the worst, do not know for certain what has become of him, and would appreciate any news, good or bad. Finally, while the Titan Gang represents our most pressing problem, it may not be the only one. A number of people who live about here have mysteriously gone missing. It would be nice if you could look around, see if you can not find whatever may be behind them. How do you know they've not simply been at foul play? Possible they have, but I suspect different Titans like to inspire fear, far from subtle in their activities. If they killed the people, I would expect them to do it openly in the streets, then post their heads on pikes. Mysterious disappearances are not their style. Alright. Any healing services? No. Alright. So, got my jobs. Beat up thugs, find a missing paladin, find missing people. And by beat up thugs, I mean kill every last one of them. There was an old collapsed basement underneath the house. Lately I've been hearing some strange noises. Could be some monster. I'd be grateful if you could check it out. There. There's a whole basement down here. Someone should build some stairs or something. You could use this place. I live in one of the houses above. When it caught fire, I was trying to get out. Floor collapsed. I found myself down here. I was safe from it. Couldn't find my way out till you came by. Alright. There. Now I can search the garbage. Hopefully. There. Yeah, it's a nightmare to get out of that. Why do the beggars get to sleep on the streets, but I'm not allowed to? This doesn't seem fair. Okay, this is the gang hideout. Or hideouts. They have a small pile of them. And they all seem to be inside. Just turned 6 o'clock, so I'm assuming the game has just recognized it's morning, because the music changed. Places long abandoned and ignored, you could rest here without being disturbed. Epic. So I have a somewhat base of operations in the slums. If you're thinking of entering this house, you should think again. It's haunted, full of fell spirits that'll steal your soul. That's what everyone says. Not sure how they know, since hardly anyone dares enter. A few who do aren't seen again. They're not heard from. Surely some sort of menace. A barbarian, maybe someone like you can enter such a cursed place and live. Your life to risk. If you have mine, just wanted to be sure you were warned. We got a haunted house. Well, someone died here, so that's definitely something. Down to this room, here it sounds like sinister laughing. Previous intrepid. But looking as if it were tumbled down the nearby stairs, previous intrepid explorer, judging from the equipment, unfortunate, came well prepared to battle undead foes. Something more than preparation was needed. That looks nice. Heavy Skeleton Smasher. +3 versus undead, 1d4 divine damage, 1d4 fire damage, just flat, and it's a +2 weapon. Is that actually better than mine in every way? It's not. Well, it might be. It crits on a 19 to 20, even though it's only ×2. And it does 2 less damage overall because it's 1d10, not 1d12, but it gets that extra fire damage. I might hang on to this one until I get a better axe. Oh yeah, I can identify this as long as I'm here. Yep, Warhammer +2. Alright, well since I have the Heavy Skeleton Smasher, I don't need that one. I'll put it here for now. And let's take a look inside. Something just wore off. I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, the stairs are gone. That's not ideal. Spectres, so I'm definitely going to use this. Ow! Well, they get that concealment thing, but it does lots of damage. Now, I guess the ×3 crit thing's pretty unimportant against undead. I don't know if I'll keep this as my main weapon or not. I very well might till I get a better axe. But, definitely gonna hang on to it as long as I'm fighting undead. Or anything blunt. You've entered the trap as I once did. Perhaps I can guide you out. I mean to purge this place of undead. You should listen... then you should still listen to what I have to say. You'll not be able to reach the chief undead monster here if you do not. What's the trap? You will have noticed the stairs came up behind you, or, stairs you came up vanished behind you. What you see is not real. It's an elaborate illusion created by the dread spirit who haunts this place. You will not find it easy to escape. Every time you enter a door or staircase, you'll be transported to some other room like this. Some other random section of this maze of illusions. Once I came here as you, seeking to purge this place of evil. Found myself unable to escape. Now my corpse rots downstairs. You've recovered my flail. And my spirit is trapped here. Is there any way I can put your spirit to rest? No need to concern yourself with me. To escape, you'll need to confront the Great Spectre, and defeating that horror will allow my spirit to escape. Every time you pass through a door, you'll find yourself in another part. Right. There are 2 rooms you should note. One is what will appear to you a magical portal. This is what you must pass through to escape and re-enter the real world, but you'll only be able to do it if you have the power of magical true seeing. You'll find what appear to be broken fragments of some artifact. You should eventually collect 4, seek a room with a forged anvil, combine them into an artifact capable of casting a true seeing spell. I shall wait for you there to assist you. And he's gone. Kinda curious that you need... Ooh, true sight. And true sight is exactly the thing that this strange artifact you need, can be found with. I don't know, maybe it's a stipulation of creating a realm of illusions that the ghost who did this had to follow. Ellipses are weird. They were driven to madness and suicide by people. That's what makes them spirits. But how does someone... Like, what do you quantify that as? I can't even think of an example in even, like, media or literature or anything like that of who might be actually considered that. Generally, people commit suicide for their own reasons. It's not because they're driven to it. Now, driven to madness, I can see that being done. Oh, yeah. Should probably wear that. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to go through this place and kill them all. Kill that rogue. Dumb that he gets a sneak attack, even though I can see him. And they get ridiculous pluses. And that dumb insta-miss. least these guys don't sneak attack. And I'm glad that every Spectre is not considered a rogue. Just the ones who were actually rogues. Okay, so 2 down, 2 to go. A lesser Spectre. Probably shouldn't put that in here with me. The real gnarly part about most Spectres... No, maybe I think that's something else. I don't think Spectres do have a fear aura. I believe it's a doom aura, much like Ghoul Lords. It's Wraith that I think have a fear aura. Spectral Sorcerer and a couple of Ellipse. Do I have all 4? I do. So now I just have to find the assembling station. This one. Here's the anvil. Place them on the anvil. I see you have all 4 pieces. You'll now need to make an effort of will to disbelieve the illusions for the fortune to be assembled, or effective. Try again. This time I will help you. I think you gain more XP if you do it on your own. My will is 11. That's decent. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty good. My protection is gone. There we go. Cast a spell of True Seeing and step through. You will have escaped the realm of illusions. I don't know if True Seeing negates the, Whoops. That was an accident. I don't know if True Seeing negates, the 50% mischance. If it does, awesome, because the Chief Spectre will be annoying to kill without that. Kill him. No, he still gets his bonus. Oh. Yeah, I probably should still have my protections up. That's going to heal him every time he does that. Ow. There we are. It does feel like a little bit of a waste, but at least now I'm immune to basically everything he can do to me. Except actually hit. Sweet. Nope. Mechanical, nope. Cast a spell, likely from necromancy, can't learn more. All this good loot that I can't get, it makes me sad. Well, I'm assuming it's good loot. Oh, another restoration. Convenient. This is just a box. Well, that wasn't that much treasure, I gotta be honest. I was hoping for much more. You prevailed. Curse that held me here is broken. I shall be going now. Who were you? Why is this place haunted? No more information. Typical. Alright, well I think I'm getting close. I think I'm just about to end this one. I'll level up. I don't think I've got anything else I need to... Well, I can drink these. I didn't even get... the only magical item I actually got out of there was the skeleton smasher, and that was from someone else. Feels like kind of a rip. Alright, barbarian. Discipline, intimidate, allure. Ooh, uncanny dodge. +1 bonus on reflex saves to avoid traps. Retains his dex bonus to AC even if caught flat-footed or attacked by hidden or invisible creatures. Neat. Improved critical. Great axe. Take it. Okay. Now I will keep my main one equipped unless I fight undead. The fire damage is nice, but this one kind of makes up for it in its basic damage, and its crits are devastatingly dangerous, and so, you know, you double the odds of it. I'm definitely going to grab it. Okay, so we've got a sewer entrance. Next episode, I think I'll start off heading into the sewers, taking a look around. It's likely that's where all of the people are, looking at reason. If it wasn't the Titans and it wasn't the ghosts I just killed, there's only really one other likely scenario that it could possibly be. So we'll search out the sewers, and once we're done down there, head over to the Titans. Hopefully we'll get all the slums cleared out in the next episode. But that's all for this one. So thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next one.